Call Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us to see pod truth and rule well. I want to give salutations to the true soldiers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. I want to get into these scriptures that they didn't want us to know about. Okay. Scriptures that the church didn't tell us among pretty much the entire true breakdown of the scriptures because they didn't know about them. Okay. And because it was sealed unto them, and because the truth is not found in the harlot houses or any of these other sources that tried to disseminate this word and butchered it, man. Okay, but our whole lives, a lot of the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the men that are in Great Millstone and these other camps, will say some of which other ones that are in our stead in sincerity. Okay, the other ones you can disregard. But the sincere ones, even in those camps, because that's who's relevant. The 2/3 of those camps are going to be destroyed. But the men that the Most High called to this thing, for the most part, they were in the scriptures. Okay, I'd say a majority of them they had some form of propensity to the Most High, some type of connection towards the Heavenly Father. All right, whether it was a church background or you had family members who were into the scriptures, whatever the case may be. We grew up with this book, and these scriptures were not made aware unto us, and we didn't come across them in perusing the passages. All right, but these are things that were shown to us and revealed by the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All right, and their predecessors who taught them. All right, which it goes to show you that the scriptures are truly indeed esoteric and are intended only for the initiated. All right, they're secret, they're mysterious. See, and even set up so with the whole idea of a dark saying, the whole purpose is to trip a person up. Okay, likened into a riddle, but the scriptures revealed and couldn't say any more descriptive than any man can utter. They when they revealed the true nature of the woman, man. Okay, and it's a conflict of interest for men when it comes to this subject because men have some form of an infatuation with women. Okay, as men, we love and adore women. Everything, pretty much everything about them. But that was how the Most High set it up. Okay, physiologically, and then going into the other aspects as well. Just the little mannerisms and shit like that. The Most High made it to those attractions so that procreation can propagate, right? And for the Apollo Union that the Most High set up, okay? So it could be, you know what I'm saying? That strong core family unit that the Most High created in the beginning. See, the man, the woman, and then the children that they procreate to have. All right, but when you look at this current day society, and this is also prophesied in the scriptures, that that union would be completely upside down. All right, and they tell you this whole society, you have the so-called manosphere and fucking I forgot the other. Oh, okay, the red pill sector. All right. This whole movement that has arisen out of the fucked up relationship between the man and the woman, man. Okay. And it's ultimately because the woman has been allowed to have freedom in the way of wickedness. And the scriptures tell you that all wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. So when you give this creature liberty, they're gonna go they're gonna go more all out with it than any other creature on the planet, man. Okay. So much so it even likens it in these scriptures in the Apocrypha. I believe it's in the same chapter. Start off with that when you give this creature liberty, they'll actually destroy shit. Okay. Slovakia. Slovakia. Let's just go to the 25th verse. Here it is. Well, that's the spirit. Sirach 25 and 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of the woman. And why is that? All right. Because her wickedness supersedes that of anyone on earth. This is in Sirach 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right. That is an extremely controversial scripture. That is going to immediately cause shame. It's going to immediately inflict, um, have, I'll just say it like this, have a woman feel a certain type of way when they read that, man. Okay. That cuts fucking deep right there. That's out of the mouth of the Most High, the one who created, who's the author of all creation. So who knows better? Okay. So when you look at in society, they talk about how um, the woman is God and shit, and how she through her we all live pretty much. We're all birthed through a woman, through her womb and shit. And they worship and pedestalize the womb and all that, the Queen of Heaven worship. But the scriptures just told us through her we all die. Okay, so the Most High has the men of Yah Bashim Yahushai, has his men set up to correct the wrongs that have been pushed out and across the world. All right, to dismantle the deception and the misconceptions on all these things that people have accepted, and they're pretty much like newly adopted principles, man, and newly adopted concepts. But when you really look at it, they go back to ancient customs. All right, they go back to the the first Babylonian Empire. Okay, Nimrod's Babylon, the ancient Sumerians, believe Mesopotamia, ancient Mesopotamia. Okay, it goes back to that, the worship of the Queen of Heaven and the womb. You see, But these things are, what are they? They're recycled, and now they've resurrected. They fucking came alive from the dead, pretty much, and now are being pushed across the whole world, and are widely accepted norms. Okay, but once again, the Most High is pouring His Spirit out upon the world in correction of that. See, starting with the men of Great Millstone, apostles and elders on down, and then you have these other platforms and sources bringing out um, pretty much how then it's in the natural order for the man to be above the woman, okay, for her to be servile, which is what the name woman means, okay, for her to be feminine and in her place. See, and it goes so deep as to be is when you're driving around and when you're fucking going around town, all right, or whatever, wherever the fuck you're at, and you see these bitches all walking up and down the streets and in the marketplaces in these whips, right, all over the fucking place, and these job sites and all that, man, all over the goddamn place. No, pretty much no place where is restricted to the woman anymore. See, it wasn't like that even going back in the 50s and 60s in America. I'll say 50s because in that the broads lib, they started to dismantle that. But you when you have that, you that's really supposed to be um, against the law. Okay, they should be fucking in the crib because it immediately garners an arousal from a man immediately. Okay, so the first thing when you see, you know, a group of three broads, say in their mid 20s, bad as can be, walking up the street, scantily clad, and you happen to glance over, right, and you it garners arousal and lust. Okay, and those women could have men, but um, but that's the purpose of a woman being in the fucking house. She was supposed to be in the fucking house the whole time. All right, not getting abroad, not pretty much not leaving to be seen by another man, because then it's pretty much on. He's That's why you have this um, so-called hookup culture and all this shit, adultery, completely fucking rampant in the society, and then that's gonna graduate into rape culture. It's gonna graduate to what it was supposed to be the whole time. When you see a broad out there, it's a green light, right? To to grab up. See, this is in Sirach 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. So when I mention that this creature with liberty is going to go all out in wickedness more than any other creature, so much so as to cause damage, this is proof in the scriptures that a woman with liberty and the freedom to do what she wants, as you have in this time, is going to actually uh, it's going to destroy the society. All right, did that's one of the components of the destroyed city of that unwise king. All right, through his fucking through his stupidity and his wickedness, he's allowed this woman, this creature, to compass the man, therefore leading to collapse. All right, because when you look characteristically at the previous empires and societies, corporations, operations, uh, whatever it may be, when it was headed by a woman, or a woman was any form of leadership or authority, uh, for the most part, those things in a majority they fucking collapse. All right, because a woman is not made, she's not built to be in positions of authority. She's made to take the back seat. Okay, but it's a yapa position, um, when it's in its when it's in order. All right, but they've now have caused destruction to the society. Okay, that's that water having passage. Because I just brought this up the other day. Fucking Katrina, when the levees broke, that's the water had the passage to go throughout the city and fucking destroy those homes, and pretty much the entire infrastructure of that area. Okay, and that's what's happened, in this current time. See, Rome fucking fell. There's direct parallels with women being put in positions of authority, you know, and in power, and their downfall. Okay, it said that a lot of it was like a lot of what you have now, fucking single mothers, single a lot of single mother fucking homes, to where the men were being fucking raised by women and becoming effeminate. A bunch of society of a bunch of bitches, like you have now, a beta society, man. All right, and and that's what's created the hard times. See, the Most High set it up perfect. The weak, soft ass men has created these hard times, but this one is not gonna. The hard men are just gonna be the elect that prevail. All right, and then establish the kingdom. All right, but the Most High has set up the men of His men. Okay, He has called and appointed prophets just as before to set the record straight. All right, to push out the vibration of righteousness and order according to the scriptures, according to truth's sake. All right, because right now, if you took away all this so-called white man's bullshit legislation, um, and law enforcement, shit would go back to the ancient day in an instant, overnight, in accordance to the hierarchy of the Most High's creation, talking about the man, woman, and child. With the quickness, it would go back to default. All right, and that's what the time that we're coming into. That's what the Most High has us to warn the people of, to get fucking straight before that goes down. Salakia, let me get that again, cause well, let me jump right here. Let me jump right here, cause we need to go back into 26. Okay, cause this is where I wanted to start out at. Salakia. This is in Sirach 25 and 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge she will sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. All right. So a creature like this that is just completely open to anything. How do you think she has fared up in resistance against Shaitan? Okay, in accordance with getting you fucked over, and that's exactly what's happened. The woman of the tribes of our nation have completely fucked over the men of our nation. Okay, by making pacts and agreements with Esau, Edom, okay, and setting up snares for the uh, the men of the nation of Israel, okay. And that's why ultimately these women are fucking winning in this society. She doesn't have a goddamn care in the world, okay. Rides, a couple rides, you know what I'm saying? A couple clients later, she's got the Tesla. You know what I'm saying? In the condo, and whatever the fuck else that she wants in this world. Okay, Com- uh, complete worship and praise at the tap of a finger. But we here at Great Millstone aren't studied by that, but find comedy in the trick bag that the Most High is setting the entire world up in. And this is just another component of that. Okay, but we were set up to take heed to the warnings that the Most High spoke through the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai out to protect and preserve the elect of his nation, man. Which starts with men. All right, devout, staunch, unwavering men, soldiers, warriors. All right, to hold this mantle, man. Okay, and these warnings were the things that the different scriptures that they omitted in disseminating this word, okay? Which the so-called churches, you would think the whole concept of that is for them to break down these scriptures the right way, all right? But that whole shit, that whole world, the so-called church world actually is um is guilty of promoting whoredoms within our nation, okay? Adultery and all that shit. See? So even knowing this, we know that it's that she'll open her quiver for any fucking arrow. We even know that that's a possibility for whatever woman we have it at whatever given time or had. Okay, see, but that's why ultimately we're soldiers in this thing, man. It's like until we don't even have one. See, because we belong to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the things we're gonna get on the next side can't be compared to any temporary shit like the brother Uriah says, the piss in the hallway. Okay, you had a fucking report of this bodybuilder's wife giving box on the spot to a homeless man, man. Okay, in Brazil on GP for no fucking reason. You see, all right, a so-called happily married woman with children and you know what I'm saying, and everything a man could give a fucking woman, and she's over there busting it open for the transient, man. All right. So to show you the true nature of these creatures, it's all straight and gravy because the Most High is going to correct that soon in the kingdom, and also this vintage is about to fail. Okay, these are the scriptures that they didn't want you to know, and it would be inopportune for these fucking harlot houses to bring this up because it would eliminate over half of their what do they call that? Fucking congregation. Over half the congregants are fucking women. Probably significantly over half. Okay. That's your whole goddamn clientele right there, because that's all it is. It's a goddamn business. It's a storefront, man. Okay, that's your patronage. This is in Proverbs 30:20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness. All right. So she just got the face painting, wiped it off. All right. Didn't even shower, and fucking and came home and said that she didn't do anything. It said that she was, you know, that she was doing something else. But these are the scriptures that the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai warned us with, and that we took heed to, because only the elect are going to take heed to this. Even though you have some men in this truth who are playing the family man role, right? For the most part, the Most High has these men on a mission, all right? And he's even more so. It's not like these men are fucking becoming. Of course, they're becoming better men and better fathers and shit like that, but he's not making them become more of a fucking family man, man. If anything, they're separating more and getting more into the spirit of war and destruction and calamity that's about to befall the world. Okay, in preparations for this thing. Because how fucking useless can you be if you're not bolstered up in that way when this titan comes, which it's here all fucking ready. But when it takes off, when it exponentially increases, all right. Fuck, slime. Doesn't it tell you that the man of the Most High would escape from her? See, but the man that uh, that doesn't please the Most High shall be taken by her. All right. This is in Sirach 42:13. For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. All right. So we deal with them and dwell with them with understanding and knowledge, man. All right. To know that, like it tells you in like just a couple of verses up, I believe, it says not to sit by them, and ultimately because you fucking grow a kabah, man, and that's what you have of the men of this society completely fucking effeminized, you know, because they didn't they didn't abide by that principle. All right, you never had that in the history of mankind. Men sitting up with women clucking like a bunch of fucking hens, man. You see, and for the most part, as aforementioned, these these creatures was a completely different fucking. It was a completely different person, if you will. It was a completely different creature in the ancient day. You see, completely in subjection, and ultimately that's what's coming back in this world is the subjection of women under the rule of a man in complete and totality. All right. Psalm 42:13. For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. So that the source of wickedness is a woman, man. All right. It says all wickedness is but little to her wickedness. All right. So what are you doing? Fucking giving your strength to that destroy kings, let alone the nigga on the block or a low level or even a mid level Jake. All right. This is in finishing off in Isaiah 32:10. Many days and years ye shall be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Okay, so all this new norm of a woman being protected, this cuck society that allows her to do whatever the fuck she wants with impunity, is about to go straight out the window, man. All right, and that's why I see you even have men in this thing who had broads that tried to have our juniors over the years, but the Most High put a spirit in us. Okay, He put a raw, vicious spirit in us to to uh, to have our eyes on the prize, and that we have uh, fucking all we have is vengeance and revenge in our hearts, man, and in our minds. You have men in this thing, and ultimately that's the spirit of the elect. But you have men in this thing who their one of their primary desires is to get their hands on their enemies, man. All right, and they won't be satisfied until until the Most High delivers them into their hands, because we know it's prophesied. We know it's going to happen. We just continue to walk um, in the template, so to speak, in the way that is required of us to be able to be accepted into that position. Okay, to be the hunter of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, because what the Most High is going to give us far outweighs any bullshit that we have on the side. Did not the Most High say that one shall be as a nation? Okay, potentially millions. Really, it's not. It's too speculative to put a number on it, because when you look at eternity and infinite rule, there's not going to be a cap on it, man. So how much more was it for the man who Yahweh Shai told them to hold out? I got you. Okay, on that whole legacy shit, because ultimately the Most High, if we be the first fruits, we're not going to need fucking a male heir. Okay, if you don't fucking die, if you're immortal, why would you need a male heir? See, so their sons in the kingdom are gonna be fucking princes. They're never gonna get your throne and crown like the secession was in the times of past. You see, so that's what we're laboring for, man. As much of a sacrifice as it is, and it's really not, because that whole family man structure and the picture of that is completely cut out. All right, it's completely baited out. It's played out, and the stoic men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that the Most High rose up don't want any part of that, man. We scoff at that whole fucking um, at that whole pitiful picture a lousy excuse of a man, man, and the family structure. See, and the Most High is gonna set it right. It's gonna be a fucking go back to a patriarchy. It's gonna go back to uh, a monarchy. Okay, when the Most High establishes His eternal kingdom on earth and across the universe, man. You see. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kadash.